maybe does feel like April today. So April is National Financial Literacy Month.
Yeah, and you may remember if you are actually you may not know if you're actually financially literate. It involves credit knowledge and awareness of your own behaviors. And this also gave us an opportunity to talk with Farnoosh Torabi. She is a best-selling author and sought-after speaker. We talked to her about what financial literacy means and how you can get there if you don't have that. Farnoosh, thank you so much for joining us. Why don't we start off with this question? What does financial literacy mean?
Financial literacy means knowing your finances from A to Z, your personal finances, being empowered to know where you are, how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, knowing your credit, knowing your budget, so that you can really make healthier financial decisions so you can achieve all of your milestones going forward.
Do you need a financial advisor to do that?
You don't always need a financial advisor. I think that once your finances become complex, as you build credit, as you build wealth, it helps to have a guiding hand. It helps to have someone maybe looking over your decisions or giving you some advice. But beyond that too, remember, there's a lot of tools out there that can help us that are absolutely free. It's why I've partnered with Chase Slate. They have just relaunched their card. They've introduced a new FICO Score and More feature, which gives you your credit score as well as all of the information, the insights and tools to help you nourish your score, including a summary of your credit bureau information.
A lot of people probably, when they talk about financial literacy, they have basic questions very similar to ones that I might have, such as, do you go for, if you just need a loan to get some house projects done, do you get a line of credit from an equity in your house? I know I just talk about financial literacy. I just displayed my illiteracy there. Or do you just get a regular loan from the bank? These are questions that I think a lot of people have. Is this what you're talking about?
It's part of it. Financial literacy is not just your knowledge with regards to borrowing, but also to earning, to saving, to investing. So it is a 360 literacy. It is not just about, how can I leverage my financial life, but it's really how can I build upon perhaps my credit health? How can I build upon the money that's coming in to really go from good to great?
Should you be skeptical of those who promise the world? They say, look, if you invest aggressively, you can triple, quadruple your savings in a year or 2 years. Is this stuff that people should say, you know what, I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to be a little safer?
I think you should go with your gut sometimes. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and history has proven that to us, recent history. So I think that while you want to do your homework, you want to educate yourself as much as possible, at the end of the day, if something's not sitting right with you, it's probably a good sign that you should go a different direction.
The New Yorker had a great article talking about, because so many of us are not financially literate, a lot of the things that we saw leading up to the crash in 2008 was because a lot of people just didn't have their eye on the ball because they couldn't read the statements. They had no idea what was going on. So you have a small percentage that speak the language and therefore maybe mix and do dealings. They deal with each other, and we really don't know what's happening.
Right. I think prior to the financial collapse, I think that there's a lack of transparency in the financial world. But now lenders and the financial community is really understanding that it's their responsibility to educate consumers even further. We know what we have to do, but I think it really takes a village to get everybody understanding, what it means to be credit healthy, what it means to be financially healthy, how to know whether to to sign up for a product or not. So I think that you are right, that in recent history, I think that we lived in a time where there wasn't a lot of transparency, but the laws are changing. There's a lot of consumer advocacy out there. Many of the lenders like Chase are in that, hoping to, encourage consumers to really feel empowered, to give them the tools and the tips that they need to make the best decisions so that ultimately they can not only achieve what's in front of them, the immediate goals, but also the milestones, buying the home, starting the family, starting the business. All of, as I say, goals carry price tags. And when you're financially literate, you are more likely to achieve those those goals and afford them.
I love your message that financial literacy is a 360 concept. It's not just about how to borrow and spend, but also how to save and invest and grow your wealth. So Farnoosh, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you on.
My pleasure. And for more information, check out chaseslate.com.
Make that money. It's been around a long time.
What was the name of her first book?
Her first book was called You're So Money. And I remember I thought, you're so money. Like, you know. And she was great. I like her.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, Hannah is going to teach us more of the Tai Chi moves that she's been learning this morning.